students, you all welcome in my lecture series. In last part, we have seen the organization of collected data. In this part, we are going to consider the central tendency. Let us consider a set of achievement scores of students in a group. We may found that very few students score either very high or very low. The scores of majority of students lie between the high value and low value of the scores in score series. That means the majority of students score lie around the center of this series. Such a type of tendency of scores is called central tendency. Central tendency is a tendency of scores to cluster around the center of the score series. In statistics, central tendency is a descriptive summary of set of data. We can say that central tendency is a measure which represent a single value for the entire set of scores. The central tendency can be measured. The measures of central tendency is nothing but the extent to which or the middle value of the score data or middle value of the series of data where lies. That means it shows that the middle value of the series of data. There are three types of measures of central tendency. One is the mean, second is the median, and third is the mode. Mean is denoted by capital M. Second measure is the median. Median is denoted by MD, and third measure is mode. The mode. Mode is denoted by MO. Now we consider the first measure of central tendency, the mean is the average. We can define mean as the sum of all numerical values divided by total number of numerical values in the series. Or in terms of scores, we can say that mean is the sum of all the scores divided by the number of scores in a score series. Suppose x1, x2, x3, say xn are the scores. Then the sum of all scores, we can denote this sum as summation x, and total number of scores as n. Then we can write the formula as mean is equal to sum of all scores divided by total number of scores. Which is equal to, that means mean is equal to sum of all scores summation x divided by n. That means mean is equal to summation x divided by n. Let us consider an example. Consider the example. Compute the mean of following set of values. The values are 80, 100, 105, 90 like this. Now we count all the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means total number of values n is equal to 8. Now find the sum of all values, that means summation x. Summation x is equal to 80 plus 100 plus 105 plus 90 plus 112 plus 115 plus 1110 plus 120, and which is equal to 832. Therefore, mean m is equal to summation x divided by n, and therefore m is equal to summation x is equal to 832 divided by 8, and which is equal to 104. In this way, we can calculate the mean of on group data. Now consider second example. Compute the mean of following data. It is a grouped data in the form of score and respective frequencies. Now we have to find out the total sum of all frequencies, that means total number of scores. So first take the sum of all frequencies, which is equal to 40. Now when such a type of data is given, we use the formula for finding mean as mean is equal to summation x f divided by n, or we can say that summation of f. Now by using this formula, we have to prepare one column as product of score multiplied by their frequency, that means x into f. So we find xf. So 24 into 2 is 48, 20 into 5 100, 15 into 7 105, 11 into 13 it is 143, 10 into 8 80, 7 into 4 28, and 3 into 3 into 9. So summation xf equal to, if we take sum of all these products, then it is 513, that means 513. Now find mean by using this formula. Therefore mean is equal to summation xf is 530, so 513 divided by 40, and which is equal to 12.83. Now here the score and their frequencies are given. We find the mean of the data by using this formula. Again we can find the mean of such a type of data by using another method, which is called assume mean method. When the scores and frequencies are greater, then the product may be complicated, so we can use the assume mean method. So let us consider the same example, but we use the another method. Now assume mean, we denote assume mean as AM. Now which is assume mean? So for this, the score whose frequency is highest, this score is considered as assumed mean. In this data, the score 13 has frequency 11, that means, and 11, the frequency 11 is highest in this distribution. So we can take assumed mean as 13. So AM is equal to 13. Now, by using assumed mean method, we can calculate a mean as mean is equal to assumed mean plus summation FD upon N, where D is the deviation. Now, deviation can be taken as we have assumed mean as 13, so its deviation is 0, and for higher scores it goes as deviation of 15 is 1, then 2 and 3, and deviation of these scores lower than assumed mean as -1, -2 and -3. Now take the product of frequency into deviation, that means FD. Now 2 into 3 is 6, then 5 into 2 10, 7, 0, -8, -8 and -9. Now take here the algebraic sum of F into D, summation FD. If we find the sum of 6 into 10, 6 plus 10 into 7, it is 23, and -8 plus -8 plus -9, it is -25. So the sum is equal to -2. That means sigma FD is equal to -2. Now we will put the values in formula. So M is equal to AM is 13 plus summation FD -2 upon 40. That means which is equal to 13 minus 2 upon 40, and which is equal to 13 minus 0.05, and which is equal to 12.95. By using the first method, the mean of this data is 12.83, and by assumed mean method is 12.95. That means slight difference, but approximately the means are equal. In this way, in this part, we have seen the meaning of central tendency, then measures of central tendency, and the first measure of central tendency is mean, then definition of mean and calculation of mean from ungrouped data as well as group data. In next part, we will consider the computation of the mean from grouped data in terms of class, interval and frequencies.